vs Australia live updates. England widens lead, ahead 3-1 late in second half. Australia is taking on powerhouse England on Wednesday on Fox and the Fox Sports app in a must-see semi-final matchup at Sydney's Stadium, Australia. After just barely surviving group play, Australia is on the verge of playing in the final while also hosting the World Cup. It would be the first time since 1999 that a country hosting the event played for the women's title. The United States did so, winning against China in the finals that year. For England, a win would mean its first final appearance at the World Cup in the country's history. Follow our live coverage below, featuring live analysis from Fox Sports' Michael Cohen. Setting the stage. Pre-game. 1 minute, and we are off. Kerr tangled up early. 4 minutes, England's 3-5-2 versus Sam Kerr. Cohen, Sarina Wiegman's decision to play a 3-5-2 formation presents a fascinating battle with Australia's Sam Kerr. 3 centre-backs defending more narrowly takes away some of the space in the inside channels, which is where Kerr loves to run in behind defences. Worth watching to see if Kerr drifts wider at times to find the less congested areas. 7 minutes, Kerr caught offsides. 8 minutes, Australia's defence looking stout. Cohen, on the flip side, Australia's defensive tactic of giving those 3 English centre-backs plenty of space when the Lionesses have the ball is designed to clog passing lanes in midfield. By sagging off, Australia can place more bodies around England's midfielders and make it harder for connecting passes from the back line. That encourages and entices England to play longer passes that have lower success rates. 9 minutes, England's first chance denied. 11 minutes, England physical early with Sam Kerr. Cohen, that's the second crunching tackle on Australia's Sam Kerr, who is still recovering from a calf injury. Fair to wonder if that's part of England's strategy, to play physical against an elite athlete whose explosiveness is already limited. But that's a very early yellow card for England's Alex Greenwood to deal with. She'll have to be smart for long stretches of this game. 13 minutes, England on the attack. 16 minutes, Australia easing Kerr's defensive responsibilities. Cohen, Australia manager Tony Gustafsson is playing it safe with Sam Kerr defensively. He's all but erased her defensive responsibilities by just asking Kerr to hover near the center circle for potential counterattacks the other way. It makes sense given her limited fitness. But that strategy also asks even more of the remaining 9 outfield players because it complicates any pressure Australia can generate. 17 minutes, Mackenzie Arnold has been huge for Australia. 20 minutes, England controlling possession. Cohen, early possession numbers are about what most people expected through the first 20 minutes. England is keeping the ball 69% of the time and has outpassed Australia by 129-56 thus far. This is a game of ball retention for England versus rare moments on the counter for Australia. The Lionesses also hold a 6-0 edge in shots. 21 minutes, England continues to get great chances. 23 minutes, England on the ground a lot early. 25 minutes, Australians trying for the long connection. Cohen, this passing chart, courtesy of Opta, shows just how direct the Australians are trying to play. The average length of their passes is telling, and the number of long balls attempted relative to the total number of passes is hovering around 19.7% thus far. That's a huge number. 32 minutes, Aussies make a push. 33 minutes, early formations showing how England is attacking. Cohen, a look at the average player positions for England thus far, courtesy of SofaScore. 4 players spending most of their time in the Australia half of the field, plus 3 others right around the midway line. That's another reason why manager Sarina Wiegman likely opted for the 3-5-2. In games when a team dominates possession, as England has, leaving just 3 players in the back adds an extra player to the attack. 34 minutes, keep it 100. 36 minutes, goal. England up 1-0 as halftime draws closer. Cohen, goal. What a strike from England's Ella Toone to give the Lionesses a 1-0 lead. A beautiful cutback from the end line finds Toone on the left side of the penalty area, and she smashes a strike into the top right corner. No chance for Australia's goalkeeper on that. A beautiful hit. Did you know? England is unbeaten all-time when scoring first in the Women's World Cup, going 16-2-0 WDL in those matches. 38 minutes, Australia nearly responds. 40 minutes, no need to panic. Cohen, despite falling behind 1-0, Australia has no reason to panic just yet. They can continue to defend and look for counter-attacking opportunities as long as the margin remains 1 goal. Manager Tony Gustafsson won't have to adjust his strategy until well into the second half, unless Australia falls farther behind. 43 minutes, Australia unable to generate offensive opportunities. Cohen, here's a look at the heat map for Sam Kerr, courtesy of WhoScored. As you can see, she hasn't spent much time in the final third given Australia's inability to maintain possession. Kerr has 14 total touches and has completed 6 of 11 passes thus far. Halftime, England 1, Australia 0. Cohen, England takes a 1-0 lead into the break courtesy of a 36th-minute strike from midfielder Ella Toone that found the upper right corner of the net. It's a fair reflection of how the first half unfolded with the Lionesses maintaining 67% possession and outshooting Australia by 7-4, with just one of the Matildas' efforts landing on target to test goalkeeper Mary Earps. Every England outfield player had at least 20 touches in the first half as manager Sarina Wiegman's side held a 299-141 edge in total passes. Only 3 of Australia's outfield players managed 20 or more touches. Much of the pre-game buzz centered on the return of star striker Sam Kerr to Australia's starting lineup. Kerr, who is still recovering from a calf injury, had played 77 minutes across 2 substitute appearances entering today's match. Though she appeared more springy and energetic, Kerr was largely contained by England's 3 centre-backs in a 3-5-2 formation. Kerr touched the ball 16 times, tied for the fewest among Australia's outfield players, and recorded neither a shot nor a successful dribble. She completed just 50% of her passes, which was the lowest mark among the Matildas in manager Tony Gustafsson's starting lineup. The biggest question entering the second half is how long will Gustafsson wait to make changes? He's likely to continue with his original game plan for at least the first 15 or 20 minutes before entertaining a more aggressive shift. It's also fair to wonder how long Kerr can last. This was always the risk of using Kerr from the start rather than bringing her off the bench. Australia managed so little possession and so few attacking chances in the first half that her presence, and, more importantly, her energy levels, have been largely irrelevant. The Matildas are now left to search for a second-half spark without their ace in the hole off the bench. And perhaps this stat will prove most telling 45 minutes from now. England is 12-0-0 when leading after the first half in the Women's World Cup. Did you know? No team has won a knockout stage match in the Women's World Cup when trailing after the first half since 2003, when Germany defeated Sweden 2-1 in the final after trailing 1-0 at the half. Age is just a number. The average age of Australia's starting 11 against England today is 27 years 163 days, their oldest in a Women's World Cup match in the history of the tournament. 46 minutes, the second half is underway. 49 minutes, the Aussies taking it to England early in the second half. 51 minutes, Australia making a push early in the half. Cohen, Australia opens with 57% possession in the first 6 minutes of the second half, putting together some of its best attacking sequences of the game. The Matildas are pressing higher than they did in the first half in an effort to turn England over in more dangerous parts of the field. England also seems a bit more cautious and willing to cede possession with the benefit of a 1-0 lead. 57 minutes, Arnold keeps it close. 59 minutes, England gaining possession. Cohen, Possession is starting to tilt back toward the first half numbers, with England up to 51% now. They've matched Australia's total passes in the second half and have an 84% to 82% edge in passing accuracy. 62 minutes, Greenwood delivering for England. Cohen, Ella Toon's goal notwithstanding, defender Alex Greenwood has been the best player on the pitch for England. Her combination of passing accuracy 57 to 60, 95% and defensive prowess team-high 3 clearances is impressive. She's played a critical role in England's efforts to build from the back and is extremely reliable in the air, cutting out Australia's crosses. 63 minutes, goal. Sam Kerr with the equaliser. Cohen, that's the moment Australia was waiting for from Sam Kerr. She picked up the ball in her own half and then drove at the England defence. 1 against 2, before letting fly from well outside the 18-yard box. Kerr's right-footed shot took a slight touch off Millie Bright, but she had goalkeeper Mary Earps beat. What a strike from Sam Kerr to level this game at 1-1. Shot chart courtesy of Opta. Did you know? Sam Kerr now has 6 career Women's World Cup goals, trailing only Lisa De Vanna 7 for most in team history. 71 minutes, goal. England regains the lead 2-1. Cohen, goal. England answer right back to take a 2-1 lead. An awkward bit of defending from Australia there. 2 defenders and the goalkeeper were all in the area, but a breakdown in communication allowed Lauren Hemp to pounce on the bouncing ball and slot it into the corner. Australia goalkeeper Mackenzie Arnold appeared uncertain about whether to come out for the ball, and that left her in no man's land as Hemp chased it down. Did you know? Ella Toon became the first England player inclusive of men and women to score in a quarter-final, semi-final and final of major international tournaments Euros/World Cup. UF versus Spain at Euro 2022. SF versus Australia at 2023 Women's World Cup. Final versus Germany at Euro 2022. 73 minutes, Australia makes a change. Courtney Vine replaced one of the top goal scorers on the Australian side, Hayley Rosso. 75 minutes, Kerr attacking in second half. Cohen, updated heat map for Sam Kerr. Courtesy of Who Scored, shows the more advanced positions she's finding in the second half. Kerr had nary a touch in the England final third in the first half. Now she's repeatedly testing England's back line in the first 30 minutes of the second half. 81 minutes, shot attempts favor England. Cohen, England still holds a 14-8 edge in total shots, but Australia has narrowed the gap in shots on target. It's 4 for England to 3 for Australia in that category. Here's the England shot chart with the 2 goals outlined in blue, courtesy of Opta. 84 minutes, Aussies in desperation mode now. Cohen, caution to the wind for Australia now. They are pushing everything they have into the final third. Crosses being whipped in. Shots testing the England backline. Sam Kerr making run after run in behind the English centre-backs. What a game. England fans were hyped after that second goal. 85 minutes, Kerr nearly ties it again. Cohen, wow, what a miss from Sam Kerr. A poor punch from England goalkeeper Mary Earps lands at Kerr's feet inside the 6-yard box. Her right-footed volley skews wide in what was her best opportunity of the match. Kerr immediately put her hands on her head in disbelief. 86 minutes, goal. England is taking control. Cohen, goal. And England all but seals it a minute later with a goal on the break. That's how fine the margins are. Sam Kerr, head hanging, watches the Lionesses celebrating less than a minute after her missed opportunity at the other end. A beautiful turn in midfield by Lauren Hemp, who drives across the midway line and slides a pass into the path of Alessia Russo for a far post finish. It's 3-1. 90 minutes, England nearly at the finish line. Cohen, England manager Sabrina Wiegman melting the clock now by using every substitution window available to her. 2 changes in the last couple of minutes to kill the momentum as we enter stoppage time. 6 minutes. 93 minutes. Australia almost out of time. Cohen, we've reached get it launched territory now for England. 10 players behind the ball sending every clearance as far as they can toward the Australia goal. It doesn't look like there will be enough time for the Matildas, who have given everything in this match. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.